Hello there, my name is Alamsyah Talani from Information System 45 International class at Telkom University. I am here to present to you my final assignment for Leadership and Interpersonal Communication class. For my final assignments, I made a research about emotional numbness. Okay, I'm going to start with a brief introduction. Humans can react to pain or trauma differently from each other. Some can be exhausted, confused, sad, they can be angry, but for some people, they can also feel numb. Sometimes when people are faced with a constant change of emotions that leads them to a traumatic or a painful experience, they will be in a state of an emotional numbness, in which a person cannot feel or express any emotion. Before we jump into the further analysis of emotional numbness, I'm going to share a few base theories for emotion. The first one is from Dasher Keltner. According to his theory, the core element of basic emotion is that emotions lead people to react appropriately to evolutionary relevant opportunities and risks in their environment. The second one comes from Charles Darwin. Charles Darwin's theory of emotion implied that emotions are adaptive and have helped humans and other animals to live and to multiply and evolved. People look for partners and start families out of feelings of love and admiration. People are compelled to fight or to run away from danger when they are afraid. The next theory of emotion is actually one of the well-known theory for emotion. It comes from James Lang. According to his theory, a physiological response is triggered by an external stimulus. How we perceive those physical responses will determine how we feel. This simply says that if we were swimming in the ocean and we saw a great white shark in front of us, we will tremble and our heart will race. This theory will presume that we are frightened. Now I'm going to explain it here. So what is an emotional numbness? Emotional numbness is defined, or actually before that, emotional numbness, also known as emotional detachment or feeling empty or feeling numb. The explanation is emotional numbness is defined as a state or a process of a disconnection towards our own emotion or other people's emotion. This feeling of nothingness can be seen as a sign of hopeless and emptiness, meaning that an individual is unable to feel or sense an emotion. Continuing, emotional numbness might be a sign of a serious mental disorder, such as depressive disorder, which is called depression, anxiety disorder, post-traumatic stress disorder, or PTSD. These mental disorders are a very serious problem and needs to be treated with a professional help. Okay, now how can we know if we have or if we are going through an emotional numbness? Well, the symptoms are the first one, we can't express the same happiness towards something that we usually enjoy. For example, you don't find your favorite TV show interesting anymore, or you find your hobby less enjoyable anymore. The second one is having trouble understanding other people's emotion. The third one is not open with our own feelings and emotions. And the fourth one, having trouble making a personal and close relationship. The last one is feeling flat, mentally and physically flat. And what are the causes of an emotional numbness. The first one is traumatic experience, being physically or verbally or even sexually abused, or you might lost a loved ones. That traumatic experience can cause someone to feel numb. The second one is the stress that are not relieved for a long time. They stack from time to time without having any solution. The third one is an overwhelming event. A tremendous and overwhelming stress from an activity can cause you a emotional numbness. And the last one is by your own choice. The last one is specifically for those who are aware of themselves, so they use their ability to protect themselves, to be emotionally numb, to protect themselves from an unwanted drama from a people or a group, so they can stay out of it. The solution to an emotional numbness are to seek professional help, a therapist or a psychologist that can treat and solve your emotional numbness. Sometimes when you know that your emotions are off, it is best for you to consult with a professional help so that you know exactly what to do. The second one is to find a social support system. Find a social support system that you fully trust. It can be your family, your friend, anyone that you trust, that can help you become more comfortable sharing your own feelings and emotions at that exact moment. So then you can be more open for sharing. The third one, to start a positive activity outside. It doesn't have to be something that you like, it doesn't have to be something that you enjoy. Just do a little positive activities outside that can make your body healthy, because if our body is healthy, I believe it can influence our emotions to be happy as well. The fourth one is to try and accept and forget things that are in the past. This way you can minimize past trauma and focus on what's in front of you. The last one, if the solutions were too social for you, you can do a mindfulness relaxation for yourself as well. This is a meditation technique that focuses on what you're currently feeling. On to the closing. I'm going to conclude everything. So emotions can determine our actions, and so does actions can affect our emotion. Emotions are a very important part of our lives, and when you're in a state of emotional numbness, you can feel nothing but emptiness inside. The main causes of emotional numbness are past trauma and an overwhelming stress. Therapy session with a professional and doing home treatments such as daily positive activity, and meditation are a few solutions for you to overcome an emotional numbness. I've got a little reminder for you, a little word, that feeling empty is totally normal for some people to feel. You know, it feels like when huge waves are washing over you again and again. They try to bring you down and drown you. But you have to always remember that to stand up, and you have to fight for it. Because emotions are what makes us human. It makes us real. Even the unpleasant emotions. Okay, I think that is the end of my presentation for emotional numbness. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you find this video helpful, and goodbye.